Hi, welcome to the Gen X Glam and Gab channel here on YouTube. It is great to see everyone, whether it's your first time or you're coming back to hang out for more Get Ready With Me action. Thank you so much for tuning in. I've got about, 10 to 12 to 14 minutes to do a little bit of get ready, and then I miss my ride to work. So we need to get started. I'm pushing in, blending in, tapping in, however you'd like, massaging in all the skincare that I have been laying down. It was a wash and dry the hair day, so I had to deal with all of that. And today, in honor of a birthday gift from Guerlain that I haven't showed you guys yet, but I've talked about it, because if you're tracking my channel, I'm a big fan of making sure that every brand I subscribe to, meaning I get junk mail from, knows what my birthday is, so that I can cash in on whatever birthday gift they're giving. And this year, with Guerlain gave away, I don't know if they're still doing it because my birthday was in October, but I got a candle. It said, "With compliments of Guerlain Paris." I saved the card because it's really nice, high quality stationery. Look at that, so nice. So in honor of finally showing you guys this candle, I used all Guerlain skincare. That is what is sort of glistening on my face right now. So this is a candle from Orchidee Imperial. It has the scent of their Orchidee lined products, and it's lovely. I don't even want to burn it. There it is. And it's my favorite. I don't know, last year they gave really fancy soap, 2 bars of really fancy soap. I'm super excited though to get this bougie, it says it on the bottom, bougie perfumed candle, because the Orchid Imperial line from Guerlain does smell a bit luxe / bougie, however you want to say it. This is their triple lift serum, probably the most expensive item I've ever purchased on this crazy midlife makeup crisis journey. It's not really a crisis anymore. I've got it under control, thanks to you guys, large in part. But yeah, so this one's almost gone, but I have a backup one that I cashed in my Shoppers Drug Mart points before I left Canada, and I got another triple lift serum. It's lasted me. Well, I couldn't use it every day. I rotate through it. It's lasted me, the first one, which I also cashed in to get with points, but I just have to throw in a little bit of cash. It's lasted me well over 1.5 years. Just a little squirt now and then. I'd say maybe once a week. I'm feeling bougie, and I go for it. This is a concentrated essence lotion. It's just a little sampler size, but I have quite a few of them because Shoppers Drug Mart was very generous with gifts with purchase for me, because I really made myself a nuisance, to be frank. I was just like, can I have a gift? What if I buy this? Will you give me that? And so I really, really like this. I don't have it in full size. And then some very deluxe sample size of their Le Creme face cream, olive cream, and their under eye cream, all from Orchidee Imperial. So we're going to use some other Guerlain products too, just to keep the theme going. So let's get into it. We'll start with another Guerlain product, the Perul Gold 24K primer. Just a little bit. This is not one of the sticky primers. This is very much a very hydrating, very smoothing primer. And I don't use it again. It's not a product I use all the time because frankly, I don't use primers very often, but every once in a while I'll use one. It is sticky, but it's not super sticky. Like, look, we're getting some stick, but that fell right off. It's not like glued to my face. It's a really nice, consistency of formula. I feel it feels lightweight on my face, and it is a primer. So it's going to give us a little something for our makeup to stick to. All right, I need to get into doing some color correcting, and we need to start going rapido, right? Here's my NARS Pot Concealer in the shade Vanilla, which is one of my favorite concealers, spot concealers. I just kind of go in all the places that I like to brighten, or I like to cover up the imperfections. And then we're gonna blend it out. I cleaned my brushes last night, which is pretty exciting. I'm trying to do better. Instead of cleaning the brushes like once a week, I'm trying to clean them like every 3 days, because for me, brushes just really save the day. And I probably don't need to clean them as much as I do in the sense of like submersing them in water. They don't sell here. Well, I haven't found it yet. Like liquid alcohol, right? In Canada, I was using the 70% alcohol 70-30 alcohol water in a spray bottle to clean my brushes that I don't get goop on. I consider this goop. This is Night Swan. That's the shade. This one is a Night Swan. This is technically an under eye brightener, and I'm trying to get closer to my under eye area with that. It's all going to blend together like food in our tummies, right? Anyway, I'm going to do, sometimes I'll just all week just do blends of NARS, and that's it, of my pot concealers. All right, but I do have a Guerlain liquid concealer that I purchased. I got my makeup done at Shoppers Mart during one of the mingles. I think it was a spring mingle. In fact, I'm sure it was a spring mingle. And this shade right here is what the gal used, 1.5. And it's a really, really nice concealer. In fact, this is a repurchase for me. It was another thing. Man, when I left Canada, I really hit up Shoppers Drug Mart. Those last couple of months I was there, just constantly like, what do I need to restock? Because I'm not going to be able to get back here. Even though the kiddo is going to school there, it's just such a long haul, even for me just to, it's not like I can go visit my kid, for Parents Weekend. I feel bad about that, but it's pretty far away from me right now. And, but he did bring me the Advent calendar, the Shoppers Mart 2025 Advent calendar. I unboxed that with you guys. That got a couple hundred views, by the way. Yeah, that did pretty well. All right, let's go into this. This is one where you crank from the bottom and the product comes up through here. And then it comes out through this very like plastic sort of brush, if you will. Let's just go on the inside of my cheeks and in my nose contour area, because I see I didn't completely succeed in getting rid of, or, I don't know, blurring out some of the redness I have in that area. Oh, I just tap. So yesterday I was like, I'm trying to come at you a little bit more, even if it's, we can't do a full face. I have to cut off. Like yesterday, I didn't even get to do my lips. So today, in case we get to do my lips, this is what I used yesterday. I really like it. It's a new product from Maybelline. It's new for me, but I think it is new to the shelves. Maybelline New York Glaze. It's like a blurring yet moisturizing lippy, and I used it yesterday during the beige sweater. If you watched yesterday's video and you're watching today's like in real time, this is the same sweater style I wore yesterday, only it's in a dark brown. It was a 2 for sale. It was a 2 for. All right, we need to really get going. I think that might be all I'm going to do with my base. I'm going to come in with my Kaya. I never know if I'm saying this right. Caia. It's a Swedish brand, and I really like, this is their contour bronzing stick, and it's in the shade Almond. I'm really gonna press it down. It's a very nice formula, because yesterday I was trying to avoid the beige look and trying to get like a pop of color here and there, and today I'm trying to go for a bit of a darker look. I think I had a super heavy hand. Ooh, I think we need more than the Beauty Blender. Let's use my generic Cal Angle Beauty Sponge. In fact, before we go any further, I'm going to spritz the face. I'm going to use the Perul Gold Guerlain Mist. I love this. This is also a repurchase for me, but I'm super rationing it because when it's gone, it's gone. And it's just going to bring a little bit moisture back to my face. I'm also going to spray. I'm going to spray my blender with just a tiny bit of water and go to town. Oh yeah, speaking of the blenders, yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit better at keeping those brushes clean every couple of days, because I go through so many brushes when I get ready. I'm not like some guru or anything. I just feel like certain angle and certain shapes of brushes will often save me time when I'm getting ready, because I inevitably will screw something up, and I had to get these awful edges that need to be smoothed out, and then I look for the right brush, like a nurse, hand me the pliers. You know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, my arsenal of brushes is kind of ridiculous. I did a video in my summer series of videos where I was uploading videos in the spring to show you guys in the summer when I'd be on vacation. I did a whole video on looking at my obscene brush collection, and it gives me great satisfaction when they're all clean at the same time. All right, I'm gonna go in. So in order to get the candle, in order to get the Guerlain candle, I did need to do a minimum spend, and I can't remember what it was, if it was 25 or 30. So I didn't have a Guerlain lip pencil, so I got it, and it's in the shade 02 Beige Praline. It's it's kind of my shade. There we go. It fits the sweater. I'm applying a decent amount of pressure to get to get the pigment on my skin, to get the product on my skin. I had to push really hard on my hand to show you that color. So I can tell you right now, I would not buy another one. Like, for example, like e.l.f. Very light pressure with an e.l.f. pencil, and and it's laying down that color for you. I'm really having to work at this. I'm not super excited about that. But it was the cheapest thing on the website to buy. The year before, when I got the candles, I do not recall having to buy anything. But, my memory's not the best. So we don't forget to show you what this lippy's going to look like. Here it is. It's in the shade 007 Berry Haze. I think it's a really nice shade. It feels very moisturizing, and it's got a little bit of a shine to it, so I don't necessarily need to go in with a gloss on top of it. And you have to reapply it like most lippies, but really, I like it. So nice. When I go back on vacation next week, back to the USA, I want to get a couple more shades of this. I started off, you didn't see me put it on, but I did use a little bit of this Super Lips Lip Hero by Guerlain. It's a really, really nice lip balm, and it's got like a honey sort of flavor to it. Very nice. All right, now we're going to go in with a little bit of my Merit Cheeky Flush Balm, just to get like a little bit more pop of color. And then I need to go over it with a little bit of powder, and I need to get out the door. I'm actually not too behind schedule today, so we're going to go a little bit longer than I have been going. I've been trying to stick these things at the 10 to 12 minute mark, just to share a little bit of my routine. Like, to do my skincare every morning, it probably takes me longer. I'm going to go in with some NYX brow glue. It probably takes me longer to do my skincare, honestly, than it does for me to do my makeup, because I don't rush it. I let it marinate, and I make sure I get everything down that I want, which is usually, it's either a toner. I start with some spray of something that I like. I rotate through all my sprays. I start with a spray after the clean face. Then I go in with either a toner or an essence toner, a concentrated toner. Then I go in with some sort of serum, some sort of under eye cream, an all over cream. And I used a primer today. I don't always use a primer, but then, a primer or a sunscreen as my last step. And then I start putting on my makeup, and all of that, and then usually a lip mask. All of that takes longer than actually doing my makeup. Another thing I have from the CAIA, can we just call it Chow, even though it's not Chow, because it doesn't end in an O, it ends in an A. Chowa from the CAIA brand is this nice, it's also in the shade Vanilla, a little cover-up stick. I really, really like it. And it's so lightweight. It's really easy just to throw in a bag. I bought these Kaya products last year when I was visiting Sweden for the holidays, and a Swedish friend said, hey, you should try this brand, because I asked my Swedish friend, I'm like, what brand should I try while I'm here? And I'm a big fan. I haven't plussed up my collection much more since I've been here, but what I bought, I really like. I also bought this face palette. I'm going to use it from the same brand. Here it is. That's a highlighter. Not my jam. Don't want to look like Rudolph. Really like this particular bronzing powder. So I think I will go in with a tiny bit of that, the top one. I'm not such a fan of this one. Sorry, I meant to point to that one. I do like that blush color, although I'm going to use this is very pigmented. I barely touch this e.l.f. Fluffy brush to the palette, and I'm getting like some instant depth going on with this powder. Just gonna go all through here. If I put a little bit on my lids, I wonder if it will be immediately noticeable, because I don't want to go too brown. I don't want to like be too Just a little, that's really nice. That's really nice. Just a little touch to go over. I did, you know, I put that NARS pot concealer all over my lids as sort of a matte primer, even though it's not a primer. But like I've said, you don't need a lid primer per se. You just need kind of a nice matte concealer on your lids, and then you go in with it. I don't think I could do a Guerlain video without, I'm gonna go over a little bit. Instead of using my Kaya blush, I'm gonna use this is my favorite blush from Guerlain. It's in the shade 01, which is soft pink. We're gonna go in with a little bit of the soft pink, and then I was gonna say it would not be a Guerlain video. It would not be a Guerlain video if I didn't finish my face with some all over meteorites setting powder. All right, I hear the invader next door. They're gonna come get me. It's very nice, right? Just like, I don't know. I'm thinking it's turning out. I don't know. I just always hope for the best. All right, here's my meteorites. I'm almost through them, but I also restocked on them before I left Canada. So I have a brand new box of meteorites I am dying to get into. This is my kabuki brush from Guerlain. I didn't mean to be so Guerlain centric, but I've been looking at this candle, which I don't even know if I want to burn. I think I just want to smell it. I think I just want to look at it and like judge me. Is that okay if I don't burn it and I just admire it? So I've been looking at that for a while. I'm like, I gotta tell the guys about it. I gotta tell the guys and the gals because I've had it for some time. And C Bond, she also got one. Subby out there, she also got one and told me that, you know, she really liked it. And I don't know if any other subbies got it, but I did get that one feedback. Let's go in with a final spray and a question of the day. I enjoyed reading the replies to my question of the day for bucket list vacations. And today I'm going to close this video asking my question of the day. And I don't know. I'm just so curious who your favorite golden girl is. Who's your favorite golden girl? Mine's Betty White. I mean, you can't beat Rose. You can't. You just can't. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.